Hello and welcome to another Oblivion Plays video where I have been away for far too long. So I thought I'd start off the video by apologising. I've been extremely busy with work and it's only just about kind of tapered off now and get back to doing some streaming and some video recording. I did try to record this video the other day, but unfortunately FSX wasn't playing ball, and after spending over an hour trying to sort it all out, it wasn't to be, so I had to postpone it until today. But I thought I'd also take the opportunity to update you with what I've been getting up to. Well, first of all, thank you very much everyone for your support. I've got over 100 subscribers on YouTube now, and well, over 100 on Twitch as well. So that's really encouraging, and thanks for following me and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. In terms of new purchases, I've gone on a bit of a spending spree over my break. I've bought a few more aircraft. The ERJ 135-145 by Feel there, which are actually really good. I'm really enjoying flying them. I've also got the Quality Wings BAE 145 or RJ 80. Was it 8000? I forgot what they're called, but you know what I mean. I've also got some new scenery. I've got Charles de Gaulle, Amsterdam, Berlin, Frankfurt, Dublin, Dusseldorf, all from Aerosoft because they had a sale over Easter. And lastly, I finally got round to installing my Airbus series, the Aerosoft Airbus series. I've been flying them around, practicing them, and it's really good fun plane to be flying. So if you want me to show you any of those sceneries, obviously I will be using them in the future, but if you want to kind of request any for upcoming videos, then feel free to put a comment in. Also, I've joined, in terms of kind of upcoming videos, I've joined BA Virtual, so alongside my Flybe Virtual. So probably use the Airbus in a few videos, just kind of tracking that. I've also joined BMI Virtual, BMI Regional Virtual, which will take advantage of the ERJ 135-145 because that's the only aircraft that they fly. Other videos, the Hawker has been released by Carenado, so potentially I might buy that. Depends on what you guys feel like, and if I do get it, I could use it for this current series that I'm recording to maybe do some of the longer flights in. I still have to do a return flight for the Skiathos videos as well, and of course some more Flybe videos amongst other ones that I'll come up with. Obviously some new series, new videos that I'll be doing. Anyway, after that long introduction, what exactly are we doing today? Well, carrying on the Carenado Around the World series, obviously we ended up in Eindhoven at the end of the last video. As I mentioned, I'll do a bit of a kind of overview of the airport. This particular scenery is from NL2000, which is a freeware group that create scenery for Netherlands, so I thought I'd showcase that. In terms of the airport itself in real life, it's the second largest airport in the Netherlands. Almost 4 million passengers were carried in 2014, which is obviously well behind Schiphol, but it is still the second largest. It's shared with a military base, so it's both civilian and military aircraft. It was originally a military base, but it's now sharing it with the civilian aircraft. And it also, well, in terms of military, it houses the Movement Coordination Centre in Europe, which is a non-NATO, non-European military organisation. And I guess, I think they hire out their services to various military organisations. And then in terms of civilian operations, it's predominantly budget airlines. As you can see the Ryanair aircraft there. That Ryanair is predominant budget airline alongside Thomas Cook and Wizz Air. Though you can see KLM aircraft, I'm not sure KLM actually fly here. It's not listed on the Eindhoven page that I could find anyway. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of an overview. We're flying today to Barth Stralsund Airport, which is in the very north of Germany, near the Baltic Sea. And as the previous formats, I'll talk a bit about that in the next set of videos. But without further ado, let's jump into the citation and let's get going. I've already programmed the FMS, as you can see, and I'll pop up the map now where you can see what the route is. But essentially it's a kind of northeasterly direction flying via Hamburg and then up to northern Germany for our landing. But let's get going. So I've already done I've already got departure clearance, and I've already kind of mostly set up the aircraft. We've just boarded the passengers, so I'll just close the doors. I'll tune back to ground. I switched it for that very reason, because the background ATC is likely to talk over me. But now that I've finished my long spiel, I'll get that back going again. So let's get startup clearance.
Ground control, EJ A3546. Request startup and pushback.
EJ A3546. Startup and pushback approved.
Approved. EJ A3546.
So the cabin doors are locked. Passenger briefing. Well, we briefed our passengers. The battery switch is on. Parking brake is set. Wheel chocks are removed. Seats and pedals are fine. Cockpit lights. Well, it's dawn, but it's reasonably light. We need to turn on the rotating beacon. Let me just find it down here. As I mentioned in my my review for this aircraft, unfortunately, you can't really read the text very easily. But we put on the beacon there. So let's get GSX doing its business. Oh, my man's magically appeared. Yeah, we just need to... It's quite simple startup procedure. This truck does look massively oversized for this plane. But there we go. I don't know why GSX sound isn't working. I need to fix that. Initial altitude is 5,000, so we'll make sure we climb up to that, and then we follow the SID, which is the VEL N2 Kilo SID today. Just wait for him to do his little walkie business.
1627 is now cleared on land, and the wind is 210.
We should be clear to release the parking brakes. There we go. Let's get engine number 2 online. Just get rid of the... Well, unfortunately we need to kind of taxi with the ground power unit. Obviously that's not very realistic, but otherwise it won't start. So we'll just ignore the fact it's still attached to the plane for the moment. Obviously I could have started it before the pushback, but then GSX won't work. So that's stable. We can get the right-hand generator on. And we get engine number 1 on. Oh, and we'll stop GSX because it's obviously not very familiar with the aircraft, and it's pushed us back onto the grass, which is always helpful.
Wings 030, monitor 121.7.
That doesn't look dodgy at all. Oh dear. Right, get left generator on. And we can do the before taxiing checklist. So avionic power switches are on. That's this little button here. DC amps and volts. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's fine. It should be in the green. Passenger advisory lights, which I think are this one here. Just double check, I'll press the right button. Yeah.
Yes, that makes a better sequence. Can contact then 1181 the tower.
Anti-skid, we need to turn on. Gyro pressure and battery temperatures will be fine. Pressurization is set. Just double check. Oh, it's changed. So where is 100? 9, something like that before. Anyway, the electric elevator trim is fine. It's in the takeoff position. Speed brakes, just cycle them. That's looking. Can you see them? No, you can't quite see them from the window, I don't think. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, and they're working fine. Passenger seats will be fine. Belts and harnesses are fastened. ATIS clearance, well, we've already got that. And the avionics look absolutely fine. EFIS, I don't think that's actually installed. No. Inverters and autopilot are all fine. So let's get taxi clearance.
Ground control, EJA 3546, request taxi.
EJA 3546. Taxi via the holding position, runway 21. When on position, contact tower on 122.15.
Via holding position to tower on 122.15. EJA 3546.
This seems to be a taxi line.
To ensure you meet the exit row criteria and understand the information. After carefully reviewing this card, if you believe you could be issued, do not wish to or cannot perform the functions listed, please notify a flight attendant. At this time, we also
I don't know why there's a flight attendant announcement coming from Pro-ATC.
I will notify you that it's safe to bring
I've never noticed that before.
If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please
I'll have to figure out how to turn that off, because it is a little bit unrealistic, and unless I was carrying a particularly extinguished guest who's decided to hire a flight attendant, I don't think there would be one on an aircraft like this. So a nice easy taxi, basically straight out to 2-1. So we've done on the exterior of this taxiing checklist. So we've done the exterior lights, brakes and steering. Brakes are working fine, and the flight instruments and thrust reversers are working fine. Actually, it's just the hold short point. Yeah, just seems very far back, but I'll go with it because just in case.
Tower EJA 3546 on holding position, runway 21.
EJA 3546. Line up runway 21.
Lining up runway 21. EJA 3546.
So we won't need any anti-ice today. The flight controls are free. Set the flaps for what's the recommended one again? Let's have a look.
Good afternoon,
So flaps 20 is the usual takeoff flap setting.
Hello, Avion 182, then you clear the land on 18 right in the wind.
Takeoff dated. So our takeoff speed, so we are less than 13,500 pounds, and we're below 5,000 feet, so we can do VR at 93 knots. So I'll just move that to about 93, there we go. So once we line up, I'll do the line up check, and we should be good to go.
Please lay back your right here, I'm on ticket. Go for it.
Ooh, that was a bit
EJA
sharp.
3546, wind 300 at 4. The fly runway heading, the 1 airborne, contact departure on 130.7. Runway 21 cleared for takeoff, good flight.
Runway heading, departure frequency 130.7. Runway 21 cleared for takeoff. EJA 3546.
Right, so that's everything set. So lineup checklist was ignitions on, pitot-static on, and landing lights on. So we can just bring up 50% just to make sure we got thrust. And full throttle. So like I said, we're looking for about 93. It's very twitchy. Forgotten how to fly light aircraft, having flown all the passenger aircraft. So that's V1.
Big 5 Mike is clean for takeoff, 24.
So gear up. Bring up the flaps now, turn on the yaw damper. I can't remember where it is, so just bring up the...
Departure control, EJA 3546, with you on 1000 foot flight level 50.
EJA 3546, VEL November 2 kilo, climb to flight level 110.
Via VEL November 2 kilo, climbing to flight level 110, EJA 3546.
So 110 now.
Transavia 886 approaching 70. Transavia 86, would you maintain 70? To maintain 886.
Did that not work? There we go. That's better. Just bring that thrust back a little bit. We don't need to be on full blast. So flaps are up, ignitions, we can switch back to normal now. Climb power, I'll work out in a second. Pressurization's fine, passenger advisory lights will obviously turn on a little bit higher, as will we with the exterior lights. And we'll do the transition as well. I'm pretty sure it's 5,000 feet for Eindhoven. Right, whilst I'm making this turn, I'll just find the climb power setting. I seem to remember that the climb power settings aren't very good anyway, because they're for real-world aircraft, so they don't quite work with the simulation. But it should be approximately, what's the outside air temperature? It's 0 degrees, so it should be about 94.1. So we'll just bring it back a little bit. There we go. It's always a little bit fiddly. Well, that'll do. Don't need to be exact. Well, we can actually increase our vertical speed as we're making good speed. Bring it up to about 3,000. Because you can climb quite fast in the Citation. It's got quite a good power to weight ratio. Otherwise, we can admire the view for the moment. So we're just coming up to 29,000 feet, which is our cruise altitude today. Just make sure that that levels off nicely before carrying on with anything else. So hopefully you just see that little pink vertical speed indicator come down, which it has. Brilliant. Right, so I just thought I'd just discuss the cruise settings. So once again, this is using the real-world charts which Carenado copied into the manual. But we're approximately £13,000 at the moment. And if we just zoom in, you'll see that the outside air temperature is about minus 47 degrees. So if we go for a relatively fuel economic cruise, we set say to 94% fan, we should be maintaining about 221 knots. So let's just set that now.
Climb to flight level 310. Climbing to flight level 310.
There we go, that's pretty much bang on. So hopefully that speed will just come down to level out about, no, it decides to creep up again. Leave it there. Yeah, so hopefully that, I don't know why it keeps jumping up. Anyway, it's settled now, it's at 94, which is perfect. So yeah, hopefully that speed will come down a little bit. And the other thing I want to talk about, ATC keeps trying to talk over me. Actually, yeah, no, this is fine. Just come over a little bit. There we go, that's better. Let's get to the right page. Well, it kind of indicates it here that at EDBH the endurance is 0.
Expediting climb to flight level 300,488.
I'm sure there was a page that I found. Yeah, here we go. So, on board 1,400, required 1,200. So, if we carry on like this, we're pushing our luck a bit with the fuel. Now, I did download a profile for PFPX, which I found online, but it doesn't seem to be 100% accurate. It just seems to be a little bit conservative. The actual fuel burn rate seemed to be a lot higher than what it suggests. So if anyone has a profile which they found to be more effective, I would greatly appreciate it if you could share it with me, and then I could share it with other people as well on this channel. So I think we'll skip ahead now, and I'll see you at the arrival. Catch you in a bit.